Everyone loves a good success story. There's a certain mystique that surrounds, even permeates, stories of businesses that started from nothingness and grew up to greatness. There are many such stories like that, including some really monumental enterprises like Apple and Disney and Harley-Davidson that started in some little shed or garage somewhere and became the giant businesses that they are. Well, today we're going to start a little closer to home. We're going to talk about a business that started on this spot right here in Williston, North Carolina. This is our story. At the age of 18, Randy Ramsey was running his own charter boat. It was an old, slow, wet riding rig, and like most captains, after a few years, he wanted to upgrade to a state-of-the-art charter boat. Unlike most captains, however, Randy decided to build it himself. So, in 1986, at the age of 24, Randy, along with his business partner Jim Luxton, a few friends, and some local craftsmen, began construction of Sensation. They rented an old shed that had been the original location of Julian Guthrie's High Tide Boat Works. So we're standing in the ruins of what used to be the old boat shed, the original home of Jarrett Bay Boat Works. If you can visualize the metal building that was drafty, had a lot of leaks, didn't have any heat. I don't even think it had cement on the floor in those days. And the Sensation was right here being built. Almost immediately after they began the construction of Sensation, Randy ran into his first big obstacle. Randy was talking to the supplier trying to order epoxy, and the supplier said, "I can only sell to businesses, not individuals." Randy at that point had been thinking entirely about building a boat and not so much about starting a business. But he looked out the window and he looked at the water and he said, "We're Jarrett Bay Boat Works." And in that moment, Jarrett Bay was born. After a lot of hard work, Sensation was splashed in January of 1988 and immediately lived up to her name. Orders for custom boats began to come in, and by hole number 8, they had outgrown that old dilapidated shed, and they moved to a larger drafty shed in Marshallburg. By 1998, just 12 years after the beginning, they had once again outgrown their space. At that point, they moved into what is now the Jarrett Bay Marine Industrial Park there in Beaufort, North Carolina. In fact, we're heading back there right now, as we do actually have work to do. One of the services that we kind of have that's taken for granted is our travel lift service. It's obviously important to get the boats out of the water to work on them, important during hurricanes, and we have several travel lifts of varying sizes. Our big one is this one right here. It's a 300-ton, and as you can see, it's kind of a huge machine. It has a 30-foot beam capacity for lifting out really large boats like big trawlers and tour boats, ferries, and various other things. Or as you can see in the background, even small boats that are catamarans that are extra wide would have trouble in other lifts. Some of these boats would have to go hundreds of miles in order to get this size of a travel lift to be able to pick themselves out of the water. To get a good idea of the scale of this machine, I'm 6 feet tall and a little over 200 pounds. That's a big tire. There's 8 of them. So currently, with the equipment we have and the staff we have on our travel lift crew, we could technically pick 3,000 boats out of the water a year. That's a lot of boats. That wraps up this episode of the Jarrett Bay Insider. As always, thank you for joining us. And please feel free to leave any comments or questions you have for us. Share this video with anybody you think might be interested. And if you ever happen to be in the neighborhood, drop in. We'd love to show you around in person. We'll catch you next time.